What will they think of next? Watch Science International, Thursday at 7:30 here on the Global Television Network.
Global, you got it. Global's got it.
Here is the 10 o'clock edition of Global News with Bill Cameron.
Good evening, Stephen.
But are remaining silent.
Because of the formula he thinks will save.
Ottawa, the opening of the season. In a moment, no charge.
Roger Weber, Pam Moore, Mike O'Mara, and the rest of the 13 News team, you'll see that news is more than facts and figures. At 13 strong, the news is people. 13 News at noon, 6, and 11.
13 Nightly News, tonight at 11.
It's underway 1 week from today. No surprise, Jimmy Connor's the top seed. Second, Bjorn Borg. And for the gals, Chrissy Everett is top ranked. Bill Bird, Global Sports.
We'll be back in a moment.
A report on business and finance. The business editor of Global News is Raoul Engel.
U.S. and Canadian stock market.
Travel and change, seeing where it happens, taking a hold on the top and the fold, and then seeing it through like they do. People just like you.
The Canadian Armed Forces ask us about you. Look in the yellow pages under recruiting or contact your nearest Canada Manpower Center.
Now, with the latest details from the lives of the famous and the infamous, here's the queen of the Hollywood gossips, Rona Barrett.
Members of Hollywood's gay community are unanimous in their request that Anita Bryant...
Inkwells. They had inkwells and straight pens when I was serving my sentence, and it did me good. We'll be right back. Of Ontario overnight, lower temperatures in most regions of 10 degrees. Tomorrow, continuing clear and warm, highs in the mid-20s. A few cloudy periods are expected in the Ottawa area and the north. The outlook for Wednesday, is this terrific? Sunny and warm. That's this edition. I'm Bill Cameron. Good night for Global News.
Global News comes to you from the television newsroom at Global Center and our news bureau at the National Press Building in Ottawa.
Happy's romance with the nurse starts to weigh heavily on his life while he waits for his burned hands to heal in Part 2 of Deadliest Enemy on Baba Black Sheep. Global's got it Tuesday at 7:30.
Enjoy the Peter Marshall Variety Show Wednesday at 9 here on the Global Television Network.
Detroit.
Good evening, school districts all over the...
Ray Lane in sports and your award-winning TV2 news team.
Good evening. Here's what's happening right now there on another matter. Sheriff, you have had no direct contact with the White House. Is that right?
No, not with the White House, Joe. About 5 minutes before the
1978 Edmonton Games. A final conference communique was to spell out the solution on Wednesday. But because they don't want any more delay in clearing up the dispute, they'll issue a special statement tomorrow. The solution was worked out during the weekend in Scotland.
Commonwealth Conference, like some kind of movable beat.
You are about to enter another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land of imagination. Next stop, the Twilight Zone. You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone. You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land of imagination. Next stop, the Twilight Zone.
We'll continue following this pause for station identification. Cleveland Barons NHL hockey station beginning Sunday evening, October 10th on WUAB-TV.
Roses are red, balance are blue. I'm stuck with used cars and a headache, too. I've really got a headache. We sold more new cars than any other dealer, and we have 3 acres of clean used cars taken in trade. Sales are down in the winter, but I must move them out. So bring me a bottle of aspirin for my headache, and I'll give you an extra $200 rebate on any used car priced over $9.95. So head for the hills, Willoughby Hills, that is, and come see me, Miller. That's me at C. Miller Chevrolet, 2810 Bishop Road.
Kmart is your savings store, where your dollar buys you more.
Give your Mr. Sunshine, the plain dealer's on its way to help you live your day to day. Good morning, Mr. Sunshine, the plain dealer's on its way. Good morning, happy morning, you'll read it every day. Good morning, Mr. Sunshine, the plain dealer's on its way.
Get in the habit. Read the Plain Dealer.
They said it couldn't be done. Now, stretching from one corner of the state to the other, the Audio Warehouse did it. The largest selection of pure hi-fi at everyday low discount prices. Ohio's hi-fi leader. That's the Audio Warehouse.
WKYC TV brings you Credo, an inspirational message.
Good morning. It's 58 degrees under clear skies at 2:04. This is the TV5 Eyewitness News sign-off report. Alan Davis reporting.
Credo was recorded. Guest for today was Willie Wright of Christian Outreach. Credo was produced by WKYC TV with the cooperation of the Cleveland Catholic Diocese. WKYC TV Channel 3 Cleveland now concludes its broadcast day. The programs broadcast by the station may not be used for any purpose except for exhibition at the time of broadcast on receivers of the type ordinarily used for home reception in places where no mechanical operating charges are made. As a subscriber in good standing to the television code, WKYC TV serves 17 counties in northeastern Ohio and is privileged to display the seal of good practice. WKYC TV is owned and operated by the National Broadcasting Company, with studios and offices located at 1403 East 6th Street in Cleveland, Ohio. This concludes our program schedule for today. Portions of today's programs were recorded and on film. This is Jay Miltner wishing you a good morning from WKYC TV.
Our guest is Dr. Reese Roth, who is
Wednesday night, low around 62. Partly sunny Friday with a chance of a few showers or thunder showers, highs around 85. Probability of precipitation near 0% tonight, 20% tomorrow, and 60% tomorrow night. The winds on the lake westerly 10 to 20 miles per hour tonight, becoming southwest to south, 10 to 20 knots tomorrow. Waves are 1 to 3 feet. The present temperature under clear skies is 58 degrees. Then that's the TV5 Eyewitness News sign-off report. Alan Davis reporting.
This is the seal of good practice, symbol of the programming standards set forth in the television code by the National Association of Broadcasters. WEWS, as a subscriber to the television code, is proud to display this seal. This station is a member of the Civil Defense Disaster Network, that network used to alert you in the event of a natural disaster such as a tornado or flood. Always tuned to TV5 for civil defense information and instructions. You've been viewing WEWS, your Scripps Howard station, first in Cleveland, operating on Channel 5, 76 to 82 megahertz. WEWS maintains studios in the WEWS building, Euclid at 30th, Cleveland's TV showplace. Until tomorrow morning, this is Ralph Gunderman wishing you a very pleasant good night.
And now, everybody, our national anthem.
Out what we all feel. It is the hottest day of the year. We've got reports on the heat's effect on our sources of electricity and on livestock.
We're also going to see students putting some pressure on at Kent's Tent City. Dick says we're not going to get any quick relief from the heat. In sports, Fred McLeod reports the Indians were all set to try again at Yankee Stadium.
City Camera News is next with these stories and a report tonight from Kathy Adams, struggling through the firefighter's physical exam. WJKW TV8 Cleveland. From TV8 in Cleveland, this is City Camera News with Jeff Maynard, Jim Hale, Fred McLeod for vacationing Jim Mueller, and Dick Goddard.
Good evening to you, and how do you like summertime? Boy, it's been up in the 90s all over the state today. And if this is supposed to make up for what we had to endure last winter, I can tell you a whole lot of folks are ready to call things even right now. Even in summertime, Clevelanders never get much of a chance to get acclimated to a heat wave. And when it comes, I think we all wilt a little bit. Right now, the city's taking a close check on water supplies, and we might soon have word on a sprinkling ban. Other utilities, too, have to watch out for shortages brought on by the weather, and Jim has more on that situation.
It happens every time it gets this hot. On go the air conditioners and the fans, and up goes the amount of electricity we use. In this case, way up. We all remember the brownouts of the past when, to conserve electricity, we had to cut back on it. And our Jim Finnerty has been checking to see if there's enough power to see us through this heat wave.
Well, Jim, as you can see from those smokestacks behind us, CEI has been busy today generating a lot of electricity. In fact, so much so between 1 and 2 this afternoon that they set a new record, 3,278,000 kilowatts. Now, that breaks the old record set in 1973 of 3,242,000 kilowatts. That, oddly enough, did not come in the dead of summer, but on September 4th, which means we may have something to look forward to. But despite that, CEI and the other utilities we talked to today say they see no problems with brownouts. They say there have been a few isolated blackouts because of transmission difficulties, but knock on wood, things are going along fairly well. You know, in this hot weather, we generally think of ourselves, but outside the urban area, there's another problem, and Neil Zerker has a report on that.
A heat wave can be an extremely serious situation, especially to farmers who own and raise large livestock, such as horses and cows. In fact, a horse or a cow kept inside a tightly sealed barn in the extreme heat of the day can even die.
A horse can sweat only so much. They're not like a human being, and they'll dehydrate real rapidly, and just to the point where they actually die.
Bill Fees says that the best thing a farmer can do is to turn the livestock out into a fenced-in pasture with plenty of shade and keep drinking troughs filled with plenty of water. Admittedly, the animals are then prey to flies and insects, but Fees said that while the animal may be uncomfortable, at least the flies won't kill a horse or a cow, but the heat can. Neil Zerker, City Camera News, Grafton, Ohio.
And there's some good advice there for you, too. Don't get dehydrated. Drink a lot of liquids. Stay somewhere in the shade if you can. And above all, don't worry, this heat's going to end sometime. Jim Finnerty live with the City Cam along the Shoreway.
Thank you, Jim. Gordon Meyer.
This is an easier job. Dick, my 4-year-old daughter Beth and I went swimming today, and it was a great day for swimming.
Boy. Yeah, these are the days I remember when I was small. Believe it or not, at one time, back eons ago. We had 93 at 2:20 today. That has been our warmest of the year. It is actually warmer than at any time last year. Had a report North Welton, 97. lady or gentleman in Berea insists it was 100 degrees there this afternoon. Friday won't be so hot, and I mean that in the best sense of the word.
But there's Thursday.
But Thursday will be. I'll tell you all about it after this. Along with the 93 in Cleveland today, our friends down at Akron-Canton had a high of 92. It was 90 at Mansfield. This is how it was at the Chester Commons earlier today. And I spent a little time in Oklahoma. My goodness. I spent a little time in Oklahoma, and I would say this is Oklahoma weather. Almost every day out there. Boy, you willed it away. And the humidity today was in that 50% and better category. Tomorrow will be another very humid day. The relief is with a cool front that is now over Michigan and shows signs of coming in here by, I would say, about this time tomorrow evening. The front likely will be coming right across Lake Erie. I would also say, based on the fact the front is going to be approaching tomorrow and low barometer is apt to be moving along that line, the probability for some thunder showers or even thunderstorms, I feel, is going to be quite high. It could be rising all through the morning and be very high during the afternoon and evening. We'll be watching these on radar as they come across Lake Erie, but as I say, the probability is quite, I feel, quite high. Here is the front today, and this is the cloud deck. Fred pointed out that in New York, our Indians ball game has been rained out because of the thunder shower weather that is occurring on the eastern end of that front. And the closest area of reasonably pleasant weather in the temperature department is around Alpena, Michigan, and over around Pellston. They are in the low 70s now, and they're getting some thunder shower weather up there. But within this realm of air, it is all 90 plus. As a matter of fact, at Detroit Wayne National Airport, they reported 100 degrees within the hour. Chicago and much of Illinois has been running around 97. In the state of Ohio, Toledo and Dayton at 96 so far have been the warmest in the state. This is the low now in Nebraska that is going to be moving along that line, and this situation will be watched quite closely. The atmosphere is loaded with moisture, and when the thunder showers do begin tomorrow, if you get under one of these, you are going to get some torrential rains. It is 90 degrees at Hopkins Airport currently. Columbus holding on to a 96 now. The only temperature out of the 90s is over at Youngstown. 93, 69 today. That is not a record. Our record 97 in 1944. And a year ago, 84 and 60. Sunrise tomorrow 1 minute past 6. Down tomorrow at 3 minutes past 9. Air pollution today unsatisfactory 110. The forecast there tomorrow is an even 100. On the shoreway, it is 89 degrees. The humidity, which is obviously the key, 59%. Barometer 29.86, and that is beginning to fall. The lake water 69. Winds tomorrow on Erie west-southwest 13, gusty and shifting near any thunder shower. Sultry tonight, the low about 72. Another night in Singapore. And then for tomorrow, partly sunny, still very warm and very humid. I figure about 88, 86 to 88 for the high. Thunder shower probabilities increasing through the day, continuing tomorrow night. And I would say Friday partly sunny, much less humid, still warm though, with a Friday high of 82. A chance for a thunder shower, but I'll update you on that tomorrow. Jimmy.
Okay, thank you, Dick. We now present a guest editorial by Bob Lehman, chairman of the Libertarian Party of Ohio.
Convention Center, too.